Hi, my name is Jamie Woods. I am a psychic medium. My childhood, I was raised conventional Christian, and we were taught that this was wrong, that it's against God to see spirits. So I've kept it in the closet. I hid from the world what I've seen for 35 years.
I guess I could say from the time she was little, I always knew she was different in a lot of different ways. And she would say things like, when my father passed, she was 4 years old, and she used to say, "Mom, why is everybody crying? Because Pop-Pop's right here. I seen him in the corner of the room." And I just, brush things aside and say, "Okay, Jamie." I didn't know what to think that when she came out with things like that.
Ever since I was very young, I dreamt that on the other side, up in heaven, that I was going to join the Godhead and be part of whatever. And they asked me to come back to Earth for one more time to help during the changing times, to help now, to do something. So I believe this is what I'm supposed to do. Our crossed over relatives do come down from the other side and come to visit and watch over us and help protect us. So sometimes Earth's ghosts become earthbound spirits because they choose not to go to that light.
My name's Terry, and I was invited to the Farmer's Hoop Inn for Paranormal Night by a really good friend of mine. I had never been to a paranormal night, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna go. But if I go, my grandma better show up. She was such a light in my life, and she passed over 17 years ago. I was driving home in my car from work one night, and I said, "Grandma, if you're there, you need to do jumping jacks, cartwheels, whatever you need to do to get her attention. I want to talk to you. It's been 17 years. It's been way too long. Please, please talk to me." The room is crowded, and Jamie gets the microphone, and she's telling us about what she does and who she sees.
Some people are clairvoyant, which means clear vision.
And I'm thinking, she's never, ever going to come over and talk to us because so many people just want to talk to her. But all of a sudden, Jamie stops what she's doing. She turns around and she looks at me and she points and she says, "I'll be over to talk to you." I'm like, oh my goodness, me? I'm looking around, seeing, is it me she's really talking to? She said to me, "There's a woman standing beside you, and she really has been trying to get my attention all night long. She's actually doing cartwheels and jumping jacks." And I knew from that minute on that Jamie was bridging the gap between my grandmother and me. And I owe her so much because I always felt like my grandma has been with me all those years. But Jamie, she made it real. And now I know. I know.
How I see spirits when I start doing readings, it's like an energy shift. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like I have to speed my own energies up, and this energies here kind of slow down, and I can start seeing them pull through. You know what I mean? It's like a veil there. It's like they're behind a curtain, and I can see behind the curtain, and I can see them standing there. But they're not in our reality, so I don't see them in full form. They don't take a form like we do, because they don't take up our mass. They're not here on Earth. They're in another dimension. It's like seeing beyond this dimension. Does that make sense?
She's special for a reason. She helps people. It's a good thing, because people have gifts of all kinds. They preach, listen, talk, go to church, to help people. And if this is her way of helping people, then it makes me happy.
I guess I realized I was psychic 2 years ago. And when I started coming out and helping people, that's what keeps me going, because there's many times where I've wanted to stop and say, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I think of the people that I've helped, and the woman whose son who had passed away, and she spent 4 years crying and on medication, and she thought he was in purgatory because he took his own life. And about 5 women sat down, and it's when I first started. And I said, "Who wants to go first?" And I said, "I have to start with you." To the woman, I said, "Because your son is here," and he said, "He is in heaven, not to worry about that." So, and she said it was the first night's sleep she had in 4.5 years, and she's off all medications now. So, if I can help somebody get peace like that, that's what I'm here for.